As I said in a tweet yesterday, this would need explaining. That's right, 677,000 damage. Also follow me on Twitter, link is in the description down below. I don't shout that out enough. What you're going to see in this video is only made possible by a synergy that is really decent and at the same time is with Suicide Masteries. So on the Content Creator Beta, where I've got Quicksilver here to play with, you've got a synergy, I think it's a certain rarity, which is called Dear Sister. If it's like writing a letter to Scarlet Witch, it's like saying, Dear Sister, you're welcome. So this synergy, first of all, has this as a big linchpin for it, and especially around Scarlet Witch Classic, which is when Veil of Fortune triggers 50% chance to gain a prowess buff, granting 100% special attack damage for 15 seconds, blah, blah, blah. We've also got Scarlet Witch Sigil in place, and what that does, it increases buff duration by 20% and reduces debuff duration for 20%, so it gives more emphasis on things like, yes, kind of the debuff damage coming in, but mainly those buffs being on for longer. So those prowess buffs come on, they're on for longer. The fury, the cruelty that you get, the cruelty buff that you get on, again, kind of like amplifiers as well. We come in with the Suicide Masteries, we're like boom, 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 huge amount of damage. We've then got Spider-Man 2099, which adds in when granting a buff on herself, a 15% of a bar of power over 3 seconds. We're getting the power quickly, but then able to rotate and smash in a good amount of damage. And why is Elsa Bloodstone in there? Well, she's just in there just for a bit of cruelty rating because, hey, we need to get crits. Because as a lot of you know, it's all about the crits, baby, when it comes to Scarlet Witch Classic. And something that really needs to be mentioned about this is just exhibition. A lot of the applications for this team in any other area in the game is limited to a lot of endgame content, especially if you're looking to the fact of like Abyss of Legends, which you're going to show footage of, which does limit you to 85,000 damage, which like in a single bit of damage, which is just disappointing because you're like, oh, I would have loved to use this. The same way that you want to take the champion in Labyrinth for Legends, you cannot do that because you've got a 50k limit as well. So again, not a huge amount of applications, but at the same time, there could be other bits of content where she could be used at and be a bit fun. I just thought this would be a nice little synergy to kind of showcase for you, especially with Quicksilver being added into the game and as well what it can do. So without further ado, let's roll the footage. And here we go. So right off the bat, things to mention, this is still a luck-based thing. Getting crits is fantastic because you're going to see some meaty damage like this. Boom, 180k, fantastic, and that's great. That's taken out a lot of the champion's health, but at the same time we're going to see situations where you're throwing special attacks and nothing's happening. There's that 677k. It's a case that it overkilled the damage, so it didn't technically do the damage, but still, plus 300 plus k is pretty meaty. This is with Suicide Masteries on, so that's something again to mention with this. So yes, it's kind of like a bit of a disadvantage for recoil, but because the champion has regen as part of the kit, which you can see in the top left hand corner from a Veil of Fortune pop-up, you can definitely see that like this champion is just like meaty when stuff like that happens. And even the case like that, you're going to see right now when the luck doesn't work out. We're going to see an SP2, which is going to go, there we go, basic numbers of 45k. That's still pretty impressive, but it's not in the same kind of way that you will see like SP2s doing the equivalent to 200 to 300k a plus damage, which, you know, may see now SP2, yeah, for 376k. Very, very nice. So there's going to be some kind of like, you know, realistic point to this. Again, like there's a good example. 45k basic didn't do anything, but this champion is a brawler. Now, if I was doing more heavy intercepts, which I just went into test. Like I wasn't really kind of focusing too much on doing any intercepts as part of like the champion rotation. And we're going to do a speed run. So the next video I may post may be a speed run, which is hopefully, you'll see SP2 now for 104k, not so meaty, class disadvantage. But something to mention is that I did this in about 12 minutes with this 565 without even trying. So, and also I did some SP3s, which I'm not particularly happy with because we did them against Wolverine, and I could have got that down a lot more. 451k right then. That was nice. That was very, very nice. Yes, this champion's a lot of fun with this synergy, I must admit. But this is just exhibition. That's something to point out. This is just exhibition. So this, yes, racked in about 12 minutes. I will do speed run. And I'm trying to do application to things like Abyss of Legends becomes problematic because there is the cap, as I mentioned at the start of the video. You can do like, okay, great, an 85k crit. That's fantastic. Like, if Kabam ever removed this, it would be fun. There's like an SP1 that was 85k, and then what we're going to do is then do an SP2, which is then going to be 85k, boom, right there. And that's fantastic, but at the same time, and that's good, it's just the fact that you can't get more of the damage potential from this champion. This is why the exhibition and fun is nice to go in Realm of Legends. Like, oh, doesn't this champion do great damage? Isn't this fantastic? Yeah, but it's not so hugely sustainable in other pieces of content, especially endgame content. But it does interest me that there could be something. Do I want to try this in something like Grandmaster Gauntlet? Not particularly, but it would be interesting to see how that goes. Also with other kind of content as well. Would this work in actuality to some stuff in Act 7? Maybe, but at the same time you have to have the champions at a certain rarity. If you've got these champions right here at 4-star rarity, you can't use them in the content. So we've got to be a bit realistic about this extent of usage. But from a fun perspective, and that's the thing, I like a bit of fun in this game. This was a lot of fun to just play about the synergy and do this extent of damage. So yeah, I might further test this in other areas, but I thought I just wanted to make like a quick video just to kind of showcase this damage and kind of like how I achieved it, especially to kind of elaborate on something I posted on Twitter. But in any case, that's been a video. What are your thoughts on this? That's another thing. What's your thoughts? And I'll probably work on a speedrun type video very, very soon, so look out for that one as well. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Check out some other content which is located on screen right now. I'll see you in the next video, whatever I'm doing, and it's great to be using Scarlet Witch in some of this stuff. So cheers, everybody. Have a good day, whatever you're doing. Bye-bye.